kind of felt like I was back at the Chili Bowl. That happens when you're in the Rowdies. So, but no, I'm ready to go for tonight. It's other than it being hot, it is a very nice night out. And if you're in the stands, there is a nice cool breeze coming through. So once the sun goes down a little bit, I think it's going to be nice and perfect out here.
We are live now on YouTube. I forgot to click the go live. There's a new thing we had to do, and you have to click go live. So welcome on YouTube, race fans. Welcome to the Adams County Speedway. Thanks for tuning in to Pitside Live. It is Ray Houch Memorial Night here at the Speedway. Ray Houch Late Model Showdown. Malvern Bank East and West Series here tonight, race fans. It's one of their they don't have very many dual shows, so this is one of the dual shows that they had. We had one last night at Marshalltown, and it's super exciting to have those guys here. We're expecting right around 30 late models here, and it should be a great night of racing. We left one class home to hopefully speed the show up a little bit and get everybody out of here at a decent time.
Santa Claus is here in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I think that's Ernie.
It is.
But
that's Ernie. Santa Claus is here in a cowboy hat.
But like I said, huge night of racing. I think the big news, though, race fans, is as you enter the Speedway here tonight, you'll see the souvenir trailer out there, merch trailer for Hunt the Front. Joseph Joyner, Jesse Entrican, and Jonathan Joyner are here. They were already doing their YouTube stuff earlier. They were walking on the racetrack. I was giving them the horns and all that stuff. So be looking for a YouTube video coming out here very soon. Once they get back home, they'll probably edit it and get her going. So I'm sure Marshalltown will probably have a video, and Adams County, they might do 2 videos into one. I don't know. But it's good to have them here. And they were super impressed with our facility when they first walked in. Joseph was like, man, I did not expect this place to be this big. So he goes, it's a lot bigger than it used to be. I told him, I said, way back in the day, it was just a horse racing track, and it's grown over the years, and back in the 90s and early 2000s, man, this was the hopping spot in Southwest Iowa.
Hey, it still is. Still is the hopping spot.
It
here,
still is.
I tell you what, and you're going to see it tonight again too. And also, folks, we want you to be here live, but we are televised tonight too. So on Dirt Crown.
Oh boy, Zach's listening in to us.
So
Zach, make sure you drive the speed limit, bud. So
he's got that Bills air freshener there.
Zach's probably on his way down here.
I bet he's pretty stoked the Bills finally got a quality quarterback in Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, exactly.
So
when Josh Allen, breaks his knee from doing 45 QB sneaks a game, he'll have Mitch Trubisky in the game.
So, we learned some lessons from the last SLMR show, and folks, we're going to have things speeded up tonight and move things right along. And we went ahead and precautionarily left the Floating and Vine Compacts home for this week. We will double them up next week with double features. So I know some of them have been asking, and yes, we'll double feature them next week. Full purse, everything like normal. So we're going to do that next week, and we really thank them for letting us do that because we needed the room, and Joe really appreciates it if we do cut some classes and make this show, what we want it to be, and we love our compacts, believe me, I do. They're a great class of cars, and I know there's a lot of them here, and I think we have one of them that actually decided to drive another car tonight.
Yeah, Xander's going to bring in a car that I think one of his family members had, and they kind of just threw it together.
I saw it out there.
And it's, who's that? I can't tell who's that.
Probably stock. But anyway.
But it's got an open motor in it, he said, and it's something where he's been thinking about moving up here the past several years, and it may be a possibility tonight, start something new. And he said, well, if I do good tonight, I might have to bring both cars every week, so I guess we'll see how it goes. So it's just kind of a home-built motor that they kind of put in, so he doesn't know how well it's going to run. I mean, it hasn't been raced, he said, and God knows how long. So, but it'll be cool to see him in a car. Hopefully we can get a couple extra guys down here as well, different racers. I know Boone's got that Salute the Vets thing tonight. That's a huge event up there for that racetrack, so they're going to have a great car count up there for sure. But we're expecting, right around 28 to 30 late models tonight, race fans. It should be a really good night of racing. You're going to see a lot of the same guys that came here for the Gale and Karen Hample Memorial as well. So
also, I don't want to shorten this for tonight's race, but we want to make an announcement of what we got coming up the end of this month. Okay, August. It is the end of this month.
Yes, we can make the announcement
now.
August
23rd and 24th is our tradition, and we're having a 2-day show this
year.
Cole
was excited when I told him. Cole's like, this is awesome.
We are going to announce that it has been put out on Facebook and on our web, but officially we are going to have a 4,000 It'll be 4,083 is what it's going to be.
Yep.
We just didn't get that out there right, but it's going to be the Greg Miller Shootout for
Yep.
the stock car races. It'll be 4,083 to win, and we'll have the Jeremy Ribby Memorial again also this year for the hobby stocks, and that'll be 2,012 to win. So
I'll kind of briefly talk about what we're doing for that. So different format this year, race fans. We've never done this before. It's something that the Gaziski family kind of started up with Silver Dollar, and they also did it for Cornhusker as well.
Yep.
What it is for stock cars and hobbies only, since we're running a really big purse, and we expect, quite a few cars.
And the tradition's always been for those classes, so that's how we did it. So.
Yes. So just for those two classes, what we're going to do is we're going to do dual heat races. So what that means is your driver comes, he's going to run 2 heat races on Friday night. If he starts on the pole of his first heat race, in his second heat race, he is going to start in the back. And it's based on accumulative passing points, finishing points together. So it's all added together. There's like an algorithm that Joe and Lisa are going to Lisa Kaczynski's going to show us. Lisa Layton now. Lisa's going to show us how to do it, and we're going to go ahead and do that. And then those top 10 drivers in passing and finishing points in the hobby stocks and the stock cars from their dual heat races will transfer automatically into the feature on Saturday night, and they will not have to race LCQs on Saturday.
Yeah.
Everybody else, so that means compacts, modifieds, and sport mods are going to run 2 complete shows on Friday night and Saturday night. So they will run normal heat races. If we have a B feature, we'll run a B feature, and then the A feature.
I've already had the question asked me tonight already, since they've been seeing this. The purse is set, but if you have money you want to contribute towards the purse, we will gladly take that, because we do that every year, and I know people like to do it in honor of somebody, or please contact Evan or I or Dre. Do not hesitate to contact us.
One thing I do want to say, though, race fans, is if you are wanting to donate to that stock car purse, what we're going to do is we are going to donate it throughout the field. We're going to leave that 4,083 number alone.
Correct.
We would like to see that second place number bump up a little bit from donations, third place, fourth place. We're not going to add it onto the top because 4,000 is already a good chunk of change, and we don't want that gap from first to second to be, astronomically huge. So,
but we were anticipating that this would happen, and it always does.
Yep.
So.
Same thing for the hobby stocks race fans. If you are wanting to donate, I know Tyler Gray has a flyer out there on Facebook right now, and I know some of the Ribby family as well. They made their own flyer. It's connected to our tradition flyer as well. If you want to donate to the purse, donate to anything like that, feel free to reach out to those people, and we'll just make this thing bigger and bigger. And you can also donate to the other classes too, not just hobby stocks and stock cars. I'd like to see the sport mod race be more than 1,000 to win on Saturday. I'd like the mod race to be more than $1,250 to win on Saturday, and I like the compacts to run for more than $300. And Tyler Hoover actually told me today that he came up with a great idea. He's like, I'm going to try to get some guys together, like all of our weekly compact guys together, and maybe pitch $25 in, and add to the winner on Saturday to make it like $500 to win or whatever.
Sure.
And that's a good idea. I mean, $20 from each driver.
Yep.
Our drivers are already thinking about doing stuff like that. So
little winner take all thing for their own group.
I know one thing. Cole and I are both excited. Is I was handing out flyers last night in Marshalltown, and just to see different names down here, big names.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, and any of you fans too, if you're from a different area, I mean, if you have a driver you want down here, let them know, because I mean, it's $280 to start.
It's going to be $300 now.
It's going to be
Carlson Excavating is putting in.
Awesome.
Logan's putting in an extra. What is that? $200. So it's going to be $300 to start.
Yep,
so
that's been changed. Also, will be updated.
Yeah,
so
that is awesome. And there's not. I mean, there is a few shows, but there's not many out there that you can start a feature for $300. So I mean, it's going to be cool to see what kind of guys we can get down here or gals. Like I said, we tried to talk to Taylor Cool there, see if we could get her down here, maybe in both cars. But I did hear some rumors that she is going to make her way down here for a race. I'm not exactly sure which one. So that's another driver you talk about that's on that Salute to Veterans tour. But
there are some tracks that are done.
Yeah,
there's some tracks that's their championship night. So
Boone's off that
Boone's
night.
off. Marshalltown's done. Norfolk's done. So
we picked this date hoping it would work, and I think
one thing that I want to see too is like the northeast part of Nebraska has a lot of good stock car and hobby stock guys, especially hobby stock. That is like hobby stock mecca up there, and we'd love to see a lot of those guys come down. Like the Wilkinsons, we'd like to see them come down. You've got Austin Bronner, Jeff Ware, guys like that. Some of those Dirt Crown West guys, we'd love to see those guys down here racing against our guys, and even people, and even guys from that race Eagle weekly. Eagle's not racing that night, so a lot of those guys, I'd love to see a lot of those guys come down. There's all kinds of guys, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but a lot of guys that race Eagle as well that I'd love to see down here. So
I tell you what, we're gonna have them on the show later. We ought to try to get old John Kinzer to talk Luke Lemons into making his way down.
That'd be cool.
I know that's a haul, but
that is a haul.
For 4,000, I think we could probably convince
I think it
him
depends on if
over
he
here.
races Farley, because if he races Farley,
he's going to be making his way back anyway.
Right, he's going to be making his way back northeast. So
and you guys have talked to the Mafia too. I do believe people have talked to the
Yep.
Mafia too.
Buck, I've been messaging Buck on Snapchat, and I talked to Jonathan Logue last night. They're going to help us promote this as well, get the word out. I handed Logue a stack of flyers. I'm going to talk to Buck tomorrow night at Stewart. So, but they're going to help promote as well. They will for sure all be down here as well. I know Matt Abela will also be here with his sport mod. And Buck told me that if Boone ever rains out, which,
that's kind of rare.
He's going to be down here and race, but
one doesn't.
They're going to be here as well for sure. They said they ain't missing that for 4,000 to win. And again, we're hoping for a huge turnout, race fans, and if we can get a good car count, you're going to see some of the best heat races you ever seen in your life, because that was the cool thing about Silver Dollar and Cornhusker is the Friday night portions of the shows. Those heat races were wild because everybody knew that you have to get as many passing points as you can, so they're racing it like a feature. And each heat race, we are also doing each heat race on Friday is going to pay $100 to win. So not only is it $300 to start, but you could win both your heat races and start in the feature, and you've already made $500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's automatic money coming down here. I mean, we don't want to leave with anybody empty-handed, and we want to support everybody that comes down here as well. We hope to have some entertainment going on Friday. I plan on starting a bags tournament on Saturday. I'll go ahead and announce that right now, that we're probably going to have a bags tournament on Saturday morning. It'll probably be
late morning.
It'll probably be 11 o'clock-ish, probably. And I plan on running a bags tournament on Saturday. And the winner obviously will get money, and then we'll give out some shirts and stuff too for bags. So, because we did that a couple years ago and it was fun. I think you played in it, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I did very well.
I'm sure Kinzer will be all over that.
Oh yeah,
bags tournament.
He's big into bags now. But I tell you what, with these dual heat races, it's kind of funny as a crew guy because you're used to going to these drawing shows, and you want to draw like a 1 or 2 or in the top 10, and that's what's going to be different about this is actually the best drawing spots in shows like these are like 30 to 70.
Right.
Because you don't want to draw deep and you don't want to draw high, because then
you want to start in the middle.
Yeah, you want to get those passing points in every heat. So
like 5th or 6th is like perfect because if you start 5th in your heat race, you're going to start 5th probably in both heats.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity to pass a bunch of cars in both heat races, and that sets you up, for the feature as well. So
yeah, we'll try to do our best over the intercom that weekend just to explain it, because like you were saying earlier, it's based off how many cars you pass and where you finish. So even if you do lose a spot, you still get points off where you finish.
Yep. When you are on the racetrack, you are gaining points. Mm-hmm. You are gaining points on the racetrack. No matter what position you finish in, you are gaining points. So that's the key thing with the tradition. But race fans, if you have race car drivers, be on the lookout this week for a pre-registry form that we're going to get out. We're going to hopefully have that completed on Monday night, and we're going to have that hashed out, and we're going to do some pre-registry stuff and making sure everybody's got their pit pads and everything like that. So we're going to get that hopefully ironed out the best we can, and we're going to hopefully make it as big of an event as we can, and hopefully Mother Nature cooperates. And huge thanks to Napa Auto Parts out of Creston for being a title sponsor again. This is the 26th annual tradition, And if you look back through the names of drivers that have won this race, it's a really, really stout list of names. So you in the tradition, you're a pretty darn good race car driver. So we hope to have that again this year for sure. So,
all right, guys. Glad we got that announced. Want to make that big announcement. We'll get back and start talking a little bit about last week and what's going on tonight. But I'm going to take a quick commercial break because we're going to get one of our title sponsors tonight on board here real quick with you, and be happy to do that. But first, as we're gabbing, I'm going to see if we can get our normal system to work with this first time. But if this is working, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with you on Pitside Live. And no, I'm not. I'm going to have to log back in to do it. So you guys go ahead while I do that.
We're like still normal, live.
Like normal.
we had to
I got to re-log in to do this. So.
Whoop, sorry. Hopefully I didn't make too much noise there, taking my headset off.
No, you're fine.
No, but as my dad, gets this reset, like we're saying, race fans, please mark your calendars August 23rd and 24th. Going to be a good night. There's not really a lot of other races going on. It's the weekend before the Yankee Dirt Classic, so
yep.
It should be a good weekend. So we're going to go back to break here.
All right.
And we're going to go back to pit. We're going to go back to Pitside Live here after this break.
You can. Cole, you can stay on.
Stay on. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Well, does he know how to do this?
I don't really.
I'll go. I'll go ahead.
I gotta go, Bob.
You can come on in here.
He's got to take a long commercial.
He's got to run that thing, so whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Just
I'll break the next one. Is Johnson coming?
Yeah.
All right. You guys do hunt the front and all that stuff too. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably good because it's going to be hunt the front, then it's going to be Hunter and John.
Well, I've got it. Yeah, because I got to go do the pit meet.
And that's what I'm saying. Right back here, there's a nice breeze coming through here.
Jay sent me a message.
Did he?
Yeah. He was worried about you guys getting in.
Well, so that my part too. Standing there. He's like, he pulled up. She's like, okay, we're right there. Go down here. You gotta come over here. Like, I said, I already got it figured out.
Yep. Jay was worried. He says, I think they give all their tickets. And I said, no, I got it under control. We got it under control. So we get my boy back here. We'll leave. We'll come out of commercial and we'll go right in. Oh, that thing's spinning now. Yeah, it's just we're doing it. We have to use hotspot, but we got FMTC coming in Corning. Thank goodness. But that won't be till next year. But our internet situation. So